A group of survivors from the horrors of Jeffrey Epstein took to Capitol Hill yesterday. A curious coalition, to put it politely, of lawmakers stood behind them. From progressive Democrat Ro Khanna to MAGA poster child Marjorie Taylor Greene, they stood aligned with the victims, asking for their colleagues to support a discharge petition to get all the facts out into the open about Epstein's abuses, the clients, and who at the highest levels perpetuated this cover-up. Thomas Massie, a Republican congressman from Kentucky, he called on his colleagues to stand with the women and deliver on Trump's campaign promise of transparency, a promise that the president now has conveniently forgotten.
Well, I mean, if they're going to cover up for rich and powerful and politically connected people, which is still what is happening right now here. And that's why I'm bringing this discharge petition.
We demand real accountability. I encourage my colleagues, please, there's over 200 Republicans who have not signed this discharge petition. We only need 2 of them to sign it. And every Democrat will sign it. And that will get us the number we need to force this vote, to pass a law, not a polite request to the DOJ to police themselves. No, we need legally binding legislation to force that to happen.
Before I heard the victims speak yesterday, I wondered if Trump's unending series of distractions were actually doing the trick. If, despite his vow to get the facts out into the open, his sudden 180 that there's nothing to see here would cow his party, would, despite the base demands to the contrary, have GOPers yet again going along to get along. Then, I heard several of the victims speak out yesterday.
Every day of this journey toward healing has come at a profound cost to my mental health. I speak today not only in service of my own recovery from trauma inflicted by Maxwell and Epstein, but to honor the lives, the courage and sacrifices of Virginia Giuffre, Caroline Andriano, and others who could not continue.
There are many pieces of my story that I can't remember, no matter how hard I try. The constant state of wonder causes me so much fear and so much confusion. My therapist says that my brain is just trying to protect itself. But it's so hard to begin to heal knowing that there are people out there who know more about my abuse than I do.
From my conversations with women in these last few days and from all of the support that we've received, it's very clear to me that we are not going away, we are not going to be quiet, and we are not going to give up. And I ask the American public to stand with us and not give up.
Mr. President Donald J. Trump, I am a registered Republican, not that that matters because this is not political. However, I cordially invite you to the Capitol to meet me in person so you can understand this is not a hoax.
These women didn't sound like ladies looking for a payday. They didn't sound contrived. They didn't seem motivated by anything but overdue and elusive justice. After hearing heartbreaking story after story, to call their accounts hoaxes motivated by politics would be pathetically hard-hearted. But guess who did just that?
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied. From what I understand, I could check, but from what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given. But it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president.
As a reminder, Trump came to power in part by promising to expose the deep state, especially the Epstein scandal. Now that he's elected, that conviction has been replaced with indifference or, possibly more likely, some unknown motivation in keeping those secrets secret. Our president was visibly upset yesterday after the press conference, but interestingly, he seemed to understand that he can't counter-program this scandal away. I believe, after yesterday, enough Republicans will join every Democrat that this discharge petition will actually become a reality. Now, I don't know why Trump's so scared of the truth getting out, but after today, I believe it will. Then, and only then, we'll learn why Trump has such a sudden and significant change of heart.